Let's get started. No time. Good evening from here, Nigeria. How are you, everybody? From wherever you're watching from, I greet you. My name is Shegun Olo, and tonight we are definitely discussing trending topics yet again, as the practice is. You already know it. So today, APC had an eventful rally in Ogun State. Eventful because it was packed with so many activities, and I love it. You know, when activities are packed in only one event, so that it doesn't look monotonous, like just one way. You know, I love it. So APC had an eventful outing at Ogun State rally today, and it was supposed to be a joint rally, conundrum if you like. You know, a rally of strange board fellows, where the Ogun State governor has his own heir apparent, which belongs to another party, APM, and then the party has another candidate that they want to field for the state. But then the versatile governor, or multi-compartment or multi-departmented governor of Ogun State, Mr. Eventful Amosun, believes that he cannot just be the party only presenting candidates. He wants to be the one to determine his own successor, but his own successor is not going to be on the platform of the same party, APC. So his successor is going to come from APM. The APC is going to present another candidate, and yet the governor wants to support APC's presidential candidate, which is President Muhammadu Buhari, for the love they have for each other. At any rate, they decided to have a joint APC and APM rally to present Amusun's candidate from APM, and also Amusun will be announcing that people should vote for APC's candidate at the presidency. Well, perhaps he thought he was going to work seamlessly. Whereas APC stalwarts and leaders have other agenda. So, as Oshomole is known to be doing, just the same way that happened in Imo State, where President Muhammadu Buhari said, "Vote your conscience," and the chairman of the party, Oshomole, is saying, "This is the person we want you to vote," and the governor of the state is saying, "No, that is the other person we want you to vote." So somehow they didn't all agree, but that one they managed it. He went. However, Ogun State indigenes were not going to have it the same way as the Imo people. They decided to turn it into a free-for-all event. So it became eventful. What then happened? Let me show you a clip of it.
The rest of Ogun State will decide. Thank you.
Hey Joe, hey Joe.
Well, we proceed now. Ogun youth, Emma Jakaja, and you Shefusha, okay, Jaka Vice President, Omowa, Papa Shibajo, Jaka Vice President.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ má bẹ̀rẹ̀ o, ẹ má embarrass me lójú president. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí Ọlọ́run. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. That was the voice of the governor of Ogun State, Mr. Eventful Amosun. Well, it turned out that that wasn't the end. A lot of events happened there also. Like I said initially, that the governor. Well, we also saw another clip where the governor and Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu were arguing, and then Tinubu was apparently not happy about the development of whatever Amosun was practicing, anti-party as they will call it in the state. Yet Eventful Amosun is learned, would not want somebody to come and impose his successor on him. Instead, he wants to be the person to determine who continues after him. For whatever reason best known to him, it doesn't have to be the people deciding. It has to be either the party or him, you know, the incumbent. I don't know why this has to be. So where's the place of the people? They will give the people 5,000 and say what we say is what you should do. All right? And you people, now know they open in our heads. Baba Sokwe, now never tire. Just the same way I was telling some people today on Facebook who were saying, Otoge and Kwara. I'm like, okay, Otoge and Kwara, I agree. What about Lagos? Hypocrisy kill you there. Anyways, I digressed. Tinubu wasn't happy about the development, and so we caught on clip one thing that happened. Tinubu flung his party flag He threw it off out of anger. And here's it.
We call on the Vice President.
I hope you can see that he flung the card there. Let me do it again. And let me see if I can do it slowly. Can you see? Can you see that? Let me take it back a bit so I can see it again. And I think I should move the audio for the video now. Just so see the action there. From a distance, see it again. Fiam. Baba don't vex. Baba. Anyways, that was what we saw in Ogun State today. At any rate, when they began to stone the president and Oshiomhole, I'm like, is this some kind of Armageddon? But anyways, sometimes when we tell people what to do to us, or when we say things we want to happen as a way of promising people this heaven and hell or earth, we don't, little do we realize that somehow and sometimes, you see, karma records things for us, and somehow those things come to happen, whichever we pretend to like or hate it. So we then went to dig and find out, yes, we recall easily that the president at one time, the APC party at one time told the people that if they misbehave at any time, that people should stone them after 2 years. And there's a reminder. Stone us if we fail after 2 years. Say it's more. As you can see, well, whether it happens the exact way they expected it to, or it happens in another way, there was a stoning or incident after all. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the little that happened in Ogun State today. I just said, let me come and do a buff for you. Let me let you see what happened in Ogun State today. And for those of you that are following us on Instagram, you could see how we already started joking about it and talking about it, and people are already commenting. So if you are not yet on our Instagram, you might want to, because you might be missing out on news on the day and some other exclusives. You might want to join us by going to Instagram and liking or following at Objective Media. The same name you have on YouTube, Objective Media, is the same name on Twitter, is the same name on Facebook. You want to follow us on all these channels, on all these social network sites, and then we can always take our conversation and communication further. Well, I'm going to start reading comments now because it's going to be a short broadcast. That is just the apropos I said I should come online to do. I'll read comments after this timeout.
Yeah, how are you? Come. See, you know election is by the corner.
Yes, sir.
And you need to secure your future. Now, don't say you vote.
I'm selling my PVC. I'm hungry. Look at my tummy. PVC.
My brother, do you know why you are hungry? It is because you sold your PVC last election. That is why you're hungry. Look at the bad road. Look at the price of commodities in the market. Fuel price. All this is happening because you sold your PVC last election. Now this is another 4 years. Don't sell your PVC. Man, I'm telling you, don't sell your PVC.
Are you buying or not? I'm selling. Are you working for
my brother? I'm telling you not to sell your PVC.
You are beating me. I'm selling my PVC.
Don't sell PVC.
Yes, it is not good to sell PVC. Someone in his right senses will not sell his PVC. I will never sell my PVC. Let's go and tell people they should not sell their PVC. It's not good.
Don't sell your PVC. So let's head over to the comments now. No time. I greet you all, first of all of you that are normal, regular people on air. Leganis Madrid, Positive Media. I greet you, dear GM, Moses Abe, Ibrahim Daniju. I greet you, good evening. Michael Tolu Uluwatowoju, I greet you. Abeke Martins, Isioma Rife. Where is Valomoizi? Godwin Osato, Positive Media. I love you, your name Olo Omo Otiloniye. Peter Dewi, AC Bright Lucky, AC family. How you day? I greet you. That's when I did. That is the fall down of APC and PDP at your own. Well, like I said, things happen in a split second. In politics, 24 hours is a very long time. And if this is happening in VP Osinbajo's state, it is ominous. And we should all understand that. So, but there's still a lot of time, plenty time before the elections. So, we are still expecting more events, whether to the detriment of both parties sharing the same corridor that have been keeping people oppressed for a very long time. Well, Babatunde Abiodun says good for them. Like some people will say, no, we should not be doing that with people's lives. People's lives are involved. Thank God nobody has been reported dead. Shebi, nobody will be reported dead as far as the person that dies is not one of the major party leaders or stalwarts. If it's ordinary people that die, they will just say 2 feared dead, 3 feared injured. But if major person that is a disaster. You know, Nigerians. You want to shewa. Anyway, I greet you, Marke Akinola. Martin Zabeke said they are starting to see the way the election will go. Brother, good to see you again. Jerry Kings, I greet you also. Victoria Bernard, their mumu don't do. Bodmas forever. Shegun, say something more reasonable than all these yeye talks you are into. Give me example. Give me a topic to discuss. Stone na stone. They were lucky. Martin Sabeke. No, they don't have to be injured. At least it's a sign. It's a statement. You know, it's a statement. Solutions. You're welcome. Samson Fashola, everywhere articulated. Yes, so article people, PDP are trying to make, they are trying to leverage on the incident in Ogun State today to say that, while this was happening in Ogun State, Davido was busy entertaining them in River State and they were having fun and good time in Port Harcourt with Wike and Davido. Well, politics is like that, you understand. P.O. Ajayi said the handwriting is on the wall already for those who can see it or rather read it. Nigeria isn't simply ready for liberation from the tyranny of money politics and abuse of its commonwealth. Keshi Albert said thanks for the update, bro. Why you are thanking me for the update? Another person is saying I should find something else to discuss. That is not issue. But mas forever. Tinubu Flings waiting. Guys, say something else. But I showed you the clip now. Was I lying? It's a referee. This is karma, the law of retributive justice. Alright, okay, let's move on. Samson Fashola, Ogun drama. Golden girl, you're welcome. I see you, I sight you. Somebody says Stone Baba to save Bobo. Samson Fashola, Ogun drama, a good omen for the PDP. Tony Fresh, this is just a disgrace to Nigerians. Even here in the USA, it's a shame to us. That guy Tinubu is one of the biggest Niger problem. How could somebody like him support him without a certificate? P.O. Ajayi, it's such a shame to see how Nigerians still fall over themselves to attend celebrations of years of failure in our country, called political rallies held by the same men who have completely ruined us. Bodmas forever said the entire Southwest is already for Buhari or Osinbajo, no matter what the situation. Okay. Ujuagbe Peter said good evening. APC is said in 2015 that if they fail to deliver their promise that they should be stoned. That is what happened in Ogun State today. You shall receive power after the Holy Ghost is come upon you, and you shall receive the boldness and capacity and foresight and vision and reality to cast the stone, isn't it? Yoruba version of the Bible. Abi Ogun State version. Mark, I can say I'd love to read today in state my hometown Akure, see all the ways. Jerry King said they haven't started seeing anything yet. Don't turn that way. Once stone them, they carry weight. Make them wait. Osinachi lucky. You are too much. But if you guys vote PDP, meaning you are the fully state in Nigeria, AAC is the answer. Osage Idahosa, good evening, bro. Yeah, good job. Thank you. Golden girl, you're welcome. Keshi Albert. Division has come upon PDP and APC, but Boson Adebanjo, by their own hands, they are nailing themselves to the cross. If Nigerians are wise, it's time for them to take their country back. I hope they do. PDP is waxing stronger for Saturday. Don't be deceived. David Ubani said that's what happens when you hire talks. They're the ones, of course, empowering all these guys. So why should you not be begging them to not embarrass you when that is what you have been funding all your life? You know. P.O. Ajay says, sadly, Nigerians are focusing on either switching to the slave chain with umbrella logo or maintaining the one with the broom logo. Peter Actor, Sharia has come to open our eyes in this election. Take it back. Johnson Godwin, election is already over. So what's the result? Shegun, an Hollywood actor in those Sharia today. What's his name? Let me know. Someone tipped me off on that board, didn't tell me the name. So could you please volunteer the name? Let me know. Unfortunately, this Lady Viva says, unfortunately, people are still yearning for PDP to unseat Buhari instead of supporting someone that will bring them electricity and change to Nigeria. P.O. Ajaya watched the people's debate on TVC and was blown away by some of the ideas presented, but alas, the simple Nigerian on the street is still seeing them as irrelevant, chasing after brooms and umbrellas. But if it is the gods of Ogun or Ogun State that is starting with them, wait and see when the Almighty God starts with them. FCL, why are Nigerian youths with largest voting proportion still supporting same people? Maybe the electorate is not educated. Nigerian media are not doing enough to progress democratic growth in Nigeria. Samson Fashola, I'm not detesting AAC, but this election is logically between PDP and APC, and I hope you won't disappear offline after Saturday outcome. I will always be here. Come on. Okay. P.O. Ajayi, joblessness has made Nigerians fill up different stadia across the country to celebrate and dance with thieves who only use those political rallies to throw tantrums at each other than debate ideas. Well, if you listen to these political rallies truly, there are no ideas being discussed there. The only thing they do is to just, like the other one we saw in Lagos State, Asiwaju Tinubu was only busy, throwing jibes at Obasanjo and saying, don't mind Obasanjo is an inspired make. You're not telling people what they should expect in the next election, that you have brought another infliction upon them for another 4 years. You're no longer in tune with the one that you are throwing out. So you want to bring in another one. And you're not telling them what to expect. Instead, and you're not also telling them what to expect in another 4 years of what people have tagged disaster of Buhari again. Instead, you are busy castigating Obasanjo. Is Obasanjo the person in power? What is my problem with Obasanjo? If your party wants to present somebody that you feel is good for us, how about you tell us what we are to expect in that administration, rather than castigating Obasanjo? Yes, Obasanjo is an expired make, we know. June Kosa. And why are you still forcing yourself upon us? Obasanjo also wants to reclaim power over Southwest. And you are also trying to do the same thing. So if we should not listen to Obasanjo, why should we do to you, Mr. Asiwaju Tinubu? I don't understand. So if not because all our youths are not okay upstairs, why should anybody be listening to either of Obasanjo or Tinubu? I'm saying this on here, and I'm not, with all due respect, these guys are old people, we should respect them, but they also need to respect themselves by leaving the scene for, you should have nurtured people to come on. If you have nurtured people enough, you have funded education enough, people should be able to know their left from right, and we will not need you to come and be forcing yourself on campaigns before we know what to do. Alright, you can only advise us. Alright, But by now, we should be having young people being the ones running around. If old people are still running around because of, because of the, I don't want to call it dirty desire for power, it shows something. At Buhari's age, Mandela was already done with politics and was already, in fact, he didn't even want second term. But these are people who had been there since 1980 something and still want to be there till 2023. Kilo day. 1983 to 2023 will be how many years? 83 to 93 is 10 years. 93 to 2003 is 20 years. 2003 to 2013 is 30 years. 2013 to 2023 is 40 years. And our young people are still going to attend rallies, scrambling on top of themselves to go and see or to go and hear that man that does not even, I'm sorry to say, but he's not even aware of his environment again. And that is the person you want to be sending an errand again for another 4 years as your president. If Nigerian youth are not indeed lazy, this should not be the lot of Nigerians. All right, with due respect to the aged ancestors and aged people, Buhari, Obasanjo, Tinubu, them, with due respect that is the respect that is due to ancestors, I give you, because you're already ancestors. But by now, we should not still be talking about Buhari if you mean well for us. Buhari should be somebody that people go visit at home to say, this, we revere this iconic human being. We revere this, we revere that. Or somewhere more like we are going to museum to go and just the same way we go and see Balarabe Musa anytime we visit his state. To say, we respect this man, we want to take a photo with him. By now he's somebody that's is like a tourist, center or tourist point or rallying point around a lot of things by now. We should not still be having the same Buhari in contest for election again with his grandchildren. Kilo Shele now. Since 1980s, 2023, and you are still campaigning. See, when some people go to church and say Orimima Buru, Orimima Buru, Orimima Buru, they are fucking liars. Only want to buru already for as long as they are still supporting this APC and PDP of. How can you be supporting or you are a member of a party that already puts you in chains and you are still praying, God, let me not be in chains? By yourself you walked into the chain now. By yourself you walked into the chain. I greet you, Bado Bayo Onema Mataye. Am I correct by that name? Let me let everybody see that name. On Facebook, right? I have to quickly read Facebook comments. I have to start reading Facebook comments now so that I don't skip them. I know I can always scroll back and get back the ones on YouTube, but the Facebook ones I have to quickly get them. All right, you're right, Shegun, well spoken. Thank you, Desmond. AAC will shock everybody. This election is just between three parties, APC, PDP, and AAC. People will believe in APC, and PDP will get the biggest surprise of their lives. You just followed Shore's point of view on these individuals you mentioned. Tinubu and Obasanjo, they crammed our society with levity. Gibson Urukoton. Desmond, you're right, Shegun, well spoken. Thank you. Lady Vival says Aisha Buhari has not been campaigning with her husband. Where is she, in fact? Well, she has been, I think, put in a Zauza room or somewhere because she feels spoiled matter now. Ugiagbe Peter on Facebook says APC said in 2015 that if they fail to deliver their promise, that we should stone them. That is what happened in Ogun State today. Okay, noted. Oladun Joye Felix says, Shegun, why are you not always reading comments on Facebook? I'm just doing that now. Ogiagbe Peter say vote Showore for better tomorrow. Okay. Bodmas Forever on YouTube says, why are you comparing Obasanjo with Tinubu? Obasanjo brought havoc to the people of Southwest from working against Awolowo for president in 1979 till see, slave masters are slave masters regardless of how you want to see them. All right. So just the way you are lamenting about Obasanjo, some people are also lamenting about Tinubu. All right. Samu Kiki 07 says, Sami from Dublin. Some Nigerian youths can't think properly. This greedy people kill education, highest level of poverty, no plans to, no manifesto, only money politics. Good job, Jari Love. Thank you so much, Samu Kiki. On YouTube. On YouTube also, Malik Akere. We're supposed to stone them every time. Alright, let me continue on YouTube now. P.O. Ajayi says, I listened to Shore Faswa, Drotoy, and others during the TVC presidential debate, and honestly, I realize nothing will change until we deliberate mentality of our people. Amumu no get end. Shegun, have you get your people ready to vote for Shore? Just Link say, take it back, Nigerians. Shore is a man. Vote AAC. Desmond, Mr. Shegun, APC and PDP are the same. They don't really know how the world works. Of course, they definitely have said this over time. Are you flexing, Mr. Shegun? Now you are talking like the way things are going. I believe it's the end of Nigeria. But Sunday Banjo Shegun, you're on point about Obasanjo and Tinubu. They are the reasons why Nigeria is still where it is today. Unfortunately, Nigerian youth are just not ready. It's a pity, Baba Sokwe. Ibukun Agbola says, Shegun don't vex. Me, I know the true bottle for you. Bado Bayo on Facebook. Just tired of Nigeria youth. They brainwash all Nigerian youth. Malik Akere on YouTube says, you get sense, Joe. They whine me. Bolanle Oyabayo. Where's that? It skipped. Let me look for it before I offend somebody. Where's that comment? Shegun, well done. Where did you get your own orientation from? You are so different from 99% of these politically, economically reasoning dead youth in Nigeria. All of them too can be different, Jaren. Agreed. Ojuko Kuro, kleptomania, and all of that. They just want to be collecting from this and that. Tomorrow they are in APC, next they are in PDP. Smokey Isaac Ugboka say, I'm in Brazil. I wish I can vote AAC for life. That is Smokey is writing from Facebook. John Kosolo James say, Shegun, we EFF in Nigeria. We F in Nigeria as in fuck up, you mate. I'm in Ogun today. I saw what happened on the last SB. Please, can you gist us more? Jite Jagboro, Shegun the analyst. Greetings from Paris. Shegun for counselor. Igbaraoke ward. Okay now, no wala. Julius, Shegun, I heard you. Great from Denmark. Thank you so much, Lady Viva. When Tinubu doesn't get his way, like in Ogun State rally, it throws his toys out of the pram. That's exactly what's happening. Well, away from Ogun State's problems or crisis, a group of youths earlier yesterday organized a rally, to end the scramble for, people who want to, the huddle around collection of PVC in Mushin area of Lagos State. So they noticed that every time people were always outside waiting to collect their PVC in their hundreds, and whereas their INEC officials do not attend to them. So they decided on their own to go and organize to make sure that they stop this order or arrest it or curb it to the barest minimum. And so they decided to wade into the matter, went in to meet the INEC officials, told them what people are facing and why people must be given their PVC, and they helped to organize the crowd, and a lot of people started getting their PVCs, and they reduced the crowd considerably. And so here's a clip from that event.
I came to collect my PVC.
So what's your experience, sir?
My brother, my experience is that the thing is not well organized. Number one, this is my 5th time I have come to this place to collect PVC. Up to this time, in fact, I see it as a strategy to disenfranchise some people, because this is not how things is ought to be. Now, if this thing is ought to give people their PVC, they're supposed to position it according to year, either 06, 04, 05, so it can be easily and less burden to these people. But the strategy is not even to give people's PVC. The strategy is, what I'm seeing, it is disenfranchise some people. So if this thing should be, I wish this thing be posted for people to see. So look at what happened here. How for people to not collect their PVC? So, and tomorrow you call us to come and vote. What vote are we going to? So this is, everything is just a mirage. So it is not properly election.
All right, that's a bit of what happened there in Mushin area of Lagos State. Well, let's resume taking some more comments. Shegun, you're doing a great job watching from Maryland, US. Thank you so much, Olajide Raji. Julius Ogia, Nigerian youth. Okay, P.O. Ajayi, it's appalling, disgusting, and utterly disgraceful. People still even have the time to mention the broom sweeping and umbrella covering our commonwealth. Simply one and the same. We are still in Egypt. Faith Osanyonde, Nigeria youth mumu never do them rich. Eddie is asking Olamide, what happened? Was the news report correct? Yes, let us hear from eyewitness. I'm interested too. Victor Oluwaseun Shegun, I believe you and thank you for being real and saying the truth. Obija and Tinubu should respect themselves. Engineer Efosa says, Organa boss, how are you today? For me, I don't think Nigeria is ripe for revolution. Anyways, big shout out to Shore and TIB members. Well, it starts from somewhere. It's not going to happen just all of a sudden. You know, you don't expect it to happen like brie. You know, even Jesus Christ was still in pregnancy, was still a fetus before he was born. Yes, the mother perhaps didn't have the unholy sex or the unholy intercourse to conceive Jesus, but eventually he too had to go through the embryonic stage before he became a baby. So it's normal, except you're expecting some kind of magic. We don't expect it to happen all at once. But some natural forces of the course of divine intervention are also going to help in assisting. We're also going to come down to assist in this process while people are making effort. And let me quickly tell you that story from the Bible. You see, when the Egyptians wanted to leave the land of, when the Israelites wanted to leave the land of Egypt, it didn't happen all of a sudden that they just, why didn't he just put his hand into the land of Egypt, pack all the Israelites and throw them at the El Dorado or at their promised land? But because God is not a magic worker, he's a miracle worker, and there's a difference between magic and miracle. Alright, miracle means you have played your human possible part, and by the time you exhaust your human possible parts, divine intervention comes to complete the steps or process for you. Now, the Israelites have been playing for a very long time in the land of Egypt, but they never got the miracle they were waiting for. But when God wanted to answer them, you know what he did? He had to send a fighter to them, say, go and lead them to get out. But they have to move, they have to make effort. Alright, if they don't make effort, miracle cannot be unlocked. You trigger miracle by making human effort first of all. So by the time you are almost exhausting what is humanly possible, then you unlock the miracle, divine intervention steps in. So by the time they began to move out of the land of Egypt, making step, human possible step, by the time they almost exhausted it, by the time they got to the river bank and they saw ocean, they saw the sea that they could not cross. That one is now humanly impossible. That was when the exhaustion of human possible activity or action triggered divine intervention, and then heavens came down and parted the Red Sea for them. In other words, you don't expect, no, that is miracle, so to say. Miracle is when you have played your human part and divine intervention comes in to play the rest of the parts for you. But magic is when you don't play any part as human at all, and the things just happen magically, boom. But because God is not a magician, he needs you to play your part. So as humans, we need to play our part for us to get out of this Egypt and get to our own land, promised land. So The human possible part is galvanizing ourselves, creating the movement, getting people, sensitizing them, talking about it. Moses and Aaron did a lot of sensitizing too. Moses was there, he was stammering, but he knew what he wanted to do. He had a vision in the head. Aaron was there to be helping him speak out, or put out the words Moses needed to say. So in other words, they did so much of orientation. They orientated people, which is what a movement is all about. You orientate people, you let them understand what you need to do and all of that. But by the time they do their human possible part, miracle will be unlocked. So, which is what Nigerians need at this time. So, I believe that movement has already started. And in the course of nature is also helping in this matter already. You will see the signs. Look at what is happening between their camps. They're already in disarray, they're already disagreeing, they're already having implosion, party crisis and all of that. So, and they're also fading off gradually because the nature is already telling us. You see that they're already fading off. So course of nature is already helping in this course. It's just for us to realize ourselves and then do. I'm a revolutionary pastor, don't dare me. All right, let's go back to the comments, people. All of you that are greeting me for preaching now, on this show I'm going to start calling for offering time. You people will start paying offering because I'm preaching. It's not easy. All right, so Shegun, if human have to contribute, it's not miracle anymore. No, you have to. So what is magic therefore? Angie Atkins say Nigeria youth will regret if them votes for APC and PDP, they will cry for another 4 years. Gibson Orukoton. Also, Shegun, have you not seen more guys on YouTube posting how PVC is being discarded and burnt by the council in Abuja? I saw that. Hello, Shegun Bosun Adebanjo. Yeah, Favor, why you're welcome. I cite you. Preach it, Shegun. Your biblical analysis is perfectly correct. God bless you, my brother. Thank you so much. Obi Diego. Shegun, please take AC flyers to TBS on Wednesday and share them at PDP rally so as to save them from patrimony stealing articulative. Shegun, if human have to contribute, no, you have to play your part. Give me an example of any miracle that ever happened without human part involved in the Bible, and I will tell you that, and I'll show you where the human part is involved. Even when Jesus wanted to turn water into wine, he needed them to fetch the water. Fetch that water, then how will turn it to wine? Why didn't he just command rain to? Why didn't he just command it to rain into the jar or into the keg or into whatever container they wanted to use, and just say, yeah, rain, come from heaven, fill this jar, and then water in the jar turn to wine? They say, fetch what? In fact, the mother said, obey whatever it tells you, meaning that you have to play your part. And when he also needed money for Peter, when Peter needed money, he said, you should go to the water, and then that story somehow tossed a coin, blah blah blah, and then the fish became like ATM. But Peter needed to go there. Why didn't Jesus just command money to fall from heaven? All right, the same thing when Jesus, or when God needed Jonah to go and preach at is it Tarshish or Nineveh? When it was, so God had to send Jonah to go. Why didn't God just talk to those people by himself? He needed to send someone. All right. So that means human part is involved in every form of miracle. There's nothing you can do about it. Human part is involved. If God doesn't need you to, so why do humans preach now? Why does God not just be touching people's hearts and say, oh yeah, change, you you pada, oh yeah, you pada, move forward, talk you pada? It doesn't happen. Humans have to do the jobs. All right. So if humans are shying away from these responsibilities, nothing is going to happen. God will also be looking at you. So humans have to play their part. I took too long time to explain that, but at least I hope it's clear. Face of Zion Day, Nigeria is the only country I've seen that serving their slaves master even when their master free them. Of course, it's conditioning and it's so terrible. Thank God some Nigerians weren't part of those led out of Egypt. They would have convinced Moses to marry in Egypt and stay with them. Nice, thank you, Donna Lee. Bolanle Oyaba, your pastor Shegun. Offering time. Shegun, Ogun youth missed the target, the greatest opportunity of their lives today, the opportunity to win almost 60% battle to their greatness by killing every soul. Kai, I'm really brutal. Julius Ogiamian, APC and PDP must pack and go. Skip some comments. Quickly hurry all the way back. The issue about Nigeria is only God that can help us. So Jesus is coming, wrote that. Okay, let me go all the way down again. I'll give you my tithe to Pastor Shegun. Yes, offering time. Pay your tithe. In fact, your first fruit, you already missed it. We are already in February. So if you have not finished spending your first fruits, you can still send what the remaining part or the remaining portion of it. Why is the video supporting useless article? The video is a fool. Ha, Masa Muhammad, you support your own too. Alright. Ada Jesus, you are very teacher. Gibson Orukoton, Shegun man shall not live by bread alone, meaning you must work before getting rewards. God bless you. You must work. That is another explanation or another side to the explanation of man's role in miracle. Man has a role to play in miracle. Alright, for instance, give me an example again. The woman that touched the hem of his garment, that if I touch thee, I shall be. And Jesus said that faith made thee whole. The woman made effort first to touch. Okay, the woman with the issue of blood, she had to make effort to touch. Jesus didn't just say, oh, there's somebody there, receive your miracle. The woman made effort, and Jesus saw the effort and said, yes, your faith to touch makes the whole. You know, there's human part in every miracle. There's a human role in every miracle. If there's no human role and it happens, suspect it is magic. It's not miracle anymore, because God needs you to fulfill your part for the miracle to be unlocked. Flesh will be treated as flesh, while spirits will be treated as spirits. Desmond. I hope I'm able to understand the drift. Irene Tracy. So Amosun can humbly beg. Well, because they know cameras are watching. Ordinarily, I'm not sure is that cool. You all can check on YouTube. Students of Taishilari University of Education protest Ogun State Governor's Office. A lesson to all. Other end. Shegun, make your audience know Bible is a story book, like fairy tale. I hope many of you had your grandfather tells y'all story back then. Is the same for Bible. Oh God, I'm really a bro. Anyways, the Bible is a book of history, that is said to be spirit inspired of God. Alright, and the essence of the Spirit of God inspiring those who authored the books and chapters of the Bible is to help people who were not privileged to be around at those times to familiarize with the stories of then, so that they can also learn of the morals of then, the things of then, and also know the advancement that have taken place between then and now, right? So yeah, if you call it a storybook, that's your perspective. Yes, it tells stories. All right. And if you also say it is this book of the Spirit, the Word of God, you're also right, because God is said to administer to those who authored it. So whatever perspective you are looking at it from, you're all right. Shegun, are you saying magic doesn't involve human effort? Give us one example of magic. Example of magic would have been, instead of the Israelites taking steps of making effort to leave Egypt and trekking to Israel, God would have just used his big and mighty hand to pack all of them and just throw them, or they will just sleep and wake up and find themselves in Israel. They will not be required to work at all. Alright. And I can change the story. Imagine 76 and 72-year-old Nigeria president is 81 years, still want to run 5th term. Thank God I made it out of that country. Well, if it turns out that we are still repeating the same bullshit, I may also have to leave this country because I don't think I can cope anymore with all this. Let me move on to the next. Only Nigeria God is the most useless God. Other hand, you the vex so that can't answer their prayers. Fake God yourself. God is answering prayers. It's just that we are the ones who are not working towards the prayers. We just want to pray and see miracle and see magic, but God is not a magic worker. Faith without work is what? That answers it. Gibson Orokoton, even friends break the roof to let in their minds in order to get him to Jesus, and a God is healing. God bless you. So there's a human part in it. It doesn't just happen. Shegun Showore is the only transparent candidate in the presidential race. Iye Nogie. Jeremiah. When Jesus fed 5,000 people, bread and fish was available to be multiplied. Definitely. He didn't command it to happen. He didn't command the bread and fish from heaven. You're right. So 5 loaves of bread, and then there were physical breads and fishes that he had to multiply. But that he commanded it to just fall from heaven, that would be magic. That's the point I'm making. Favor Wade said the reason why there are a lot of churches in Nigeria, yet the country is the poverty capital. Is the poverty capital. Sorry, guys. Did I skip something? Okay, poverty capital is that the churches doesn't teach people anymore. That is the work of their hands. God will bless, just blessing. Bible is not. Skip something. Bible is not a storybook. Bible is a message about one character, Jesus Christ. Epidemic James says so. Faith Osanyo, the Shegun, don't say support your own, I beg. PDP and APC are the people that have damaged the country to the way it is right now. I agree with you. I'm also, where's Oluomo to help them out? Oluomo is still recovering from his own injuries. Obidiego, I'm also begging sounded like sarcasm to me. Look at the way there is no way those amount of people will get into that stadium without mobilizing by the state government. Definitely. Tedos Bez, Shegun, we can now see that the Buhari and Atiku, they are too big to talk Nigerian citizens. Abi, definitely. Oladimeji Friday, they got crown efforts before miracle. Other hand, epidemic, which Jesus Christ, continue fooling yourself. Ibrahim Danju, Two-Face don't talk and say nobody won't die but they won't go heaven. That is Nigeria right there. They will still see the lies and still call it truth. Alright, I'm still here. Just trying to see a particular item I should have queued up earlier. Okay, 1 second, I'll be right back.
How are you? Come. See, you know election is by the corner.
Yes, sir.
And you need to secure your future. Now, don't say your vote.
I'm selling my PVC. I'm hungry. Look at my tummy. PVC.
My brother, do you know why you are hungry? It is because you sold your PVC last election. That is why you're hungry. Look at the bad road. Because you sold your PVC last election. Now this is another 4 years. Don't sell your PVC. Man, I'm telling you, don't sell your PVC.
Are you buying or not? I'm selling. Are you working for
my brother? I'm telling you not to sell your PVC.
You are beating me. I'm selling my PVC.
Don't sell PVC.
Alright, so there is this on the last notes tonight. There's this video I need you people to see, which is it's just to prepare our minds ahead of the election. Things to watch out for, because many ways have been exposed as to how they rig election. So I need you to see this for preparation of your minds, just to get prepared. Sometimes it will happen that people just go to thumbprint and leave. Some people don't even monitor, they don't follow up. Now let me tell you, one of the things that happen is that in order not to let you win because you are newbies in election, and these people have been playing their games for a very long time, if there's any particular polling booth or unit, that is where I was saying that people should make sure that new parties should make sure that they get representatives across. You need money to do this across all polling booths and units. For instance, if your agent is not strong enough or is conniving, the moment they see that they need to win a particular unit or booth to be able to make up for their shortfalls in other booths to get the victory they want, they might reduce or defeat your own chances at other booths or units. For instance, they may void your own votes. They will look at all the votes you have that is more than their own, and then deliberately begin to thumbprint on other parties on the same ballot. And you know, anytime there are two thumbs on the same ballot paper, that paper becomes voided, whereas the person who voted validly, but because they wanted to do a juro and they say that your party has some, but they don't want you to have any, or they want to reduce your vote, they might thumbprint on other parties on the same ballot for all the ballots that people voted for you on. They will now print other parties on the same ballot, and the moment there are two thumbs on one paper, INEC voids that vote. So they will void as many votes for you so that they reduce your chances. That's one of the ways that we reviewed so far. This is another one. Say it.
No, not 31. 300 and what? 300 and what?
312 names.
317. The other file or the other page.
Okay.
317. And you brought 100 ballot papers for 317 voters. Who gave you 100 ballot papers for 317 voters?
It's from the from the APC.
And you accepted?
We didn't count it.
Why didn't you count before bringing them here?
They only give it to us
and asked you not to count?
Yes, and they take us into.
Are you sure they didn't ask you to count?
The law is that if materials are not complete, they should not be voting. Because the remaining materials are being thumbprinted somewhere. So no matter what the result you have here, those materials being thumbprinted will be added. You have 100 instead of 317. It means that no matter, even if PDP has 100 and APC has 0, you know, APC can go and thumbprint the remaining 270 that are not here and win.
It's true.
So that is why if materials are not complete, there cannot be election until you bring complete material. So please, go back to your EO and bring complete material, sir.
Did you just see that? Did you just hear that? Now that is one of the ways. As you know, we are doing election counts and we have to be exposing all of these things. We have to be talking to ourselves. So please, tell your people who are going to be party agents, who are going to vote, who are going to watch out for all of these things. Demand for the number of people that are supposed to vote in that particular unit or booth. Demand for the number of, let them count everything for you to see. This is the total number of papers we have here, ballot papers. And this is the total number of people that are supposed to vote in this unit according to registration. And then by the time everybody gets accredited and votes, everybody monitors it and they count the vote. It shouldn't take time. All right. So make sure that you do this diligence. Let them count the number of papers they brought to you so that it is no more than what should be at that booth. And it's also not lesser. Otherwise, like what that person is revealing in that video, they will go and thumbprint other ones that are not there, add to the papers that you people voted, and they'll win. So it's another way they rig. All right. So it's just for us to be aware, nothing more. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've tried this night. We're gonna see tomorrow by God's grace. Until tomorrow, when I'll come your way again, I want to say that you should keep. How does Pastor Yakilome say this now? Keep enjoying in the atmosphere of love. Did I get you right? It's been a long time I saw that thing on TV then. When we used to watch MITV in those days. See, keep until I come your way again. Keep basking or keep rejoicing in the atmosphere of miracles.
The labor market in Nigeria is incredible. The manpower in Nigeria is untouchable. To pay for less than $50 a day, people are ready to work. 190 million people. But even at that, in an oil-producing country, we cannot pay salaries. We don't have working taps. Water don't run in our taps. And when sometimes they run in some people, it's dirty. In an oil-producing country. That's why most of these beautiful countries, it's immigrants that work in this country. Most people that work are immigrants. The citizens don't even work anymore. Chuboy running. àfi ká máa gé kéèkì lọ́dọọdún àwọn èèyàn ń lọ wájú àwa ń lọ ẹ̀yìn they are saying we are the giants of Africa orí gbogbo wa burú.